The Delmas P. Wood Jr. Volunteer Service Award goes to Ralph Portee, a longtime museum advocate who died in October of 2020. Ralph's association goes back to 2011 when he first became acquainted with the museum. Ralph was asked to join the board of directors in 2014 and served 2 consecutive 3-year terms, the last 3 of which he served in the role of vice president. As the saying goes, behind every great man is a great woman, and Ralph tried to recruit his wife Loretta as his board replacement, but she was already actively involved in several other organizations. But this act was typical of Ralph, who made a huge contribution as a member of the board nominating committee, the committee that identifies and vets potential board members. Ralph seemed to know everybody, and he had a knack for knowing who would be a great board member and who could contribute to the museum's growth. Just to name a few people who Ralph encouraged to join the board, we have Sydney Dreyer from the PBS NewsHour, Rob Krim from Via Pharma, David Hickson from the Sandy Spring Friends School, and our newest board member, Thene Martin. Ralph also served on the Gala Planning Committee, helping to identify in-kind donors who contributed to the success of the event, and also to fill tables with his many friends. If it's true that 90% of life is just showing up, Ralph did that in spades at the museum. I'm not sure he ever missed a board meeting, and this was back in the day when showing up meant that you had to do so in person, not just on Zoom. Ralph was at too many programs to mention, always accompanied by Loretta and often accompanied by new people who he wanted to introduce to the museum. And that's the way to be a leader, of course, leading by example. He also embodied the museum's ethos that we can build a better community by bringing people together. Then there are also the people who you can just count on to help you get things done. Ralph always volunteered at the front door during the museum's annual holiday party and at the main entrance at the Strawberry Festival, I think because he just genuinely liked meeting the people who came to the museum. Everybody could always feel his optimism and sense how much he cared for the museum. And for the many of you who knew Ralph personally, I think you could agree that just seeing Ralph was enough to make you smile. For these reasons and for many more, this year's Delmas P. Wood Jr. Service Award is awarded posthumously to Ralph. So I know that Loretta is in the audience tonight, and I know that some of Ralph's family and some of Ralph's friends are here. If anybody wants to say anything about Ralph, we'd be happy to hear from you. We really miss him.
Evening, everyone. This is Loretta. Ralph was my absolute best friend and the love of my life. And Allison, thank you for all of those kind words, because you truly summed up who he was as a person. He loved the museum, and he loved working in any capacity that he could. And he was very proud of the museum. We live in Ashton, and so when I first moved to the area, the museum was one of the first places that I went to, and I told Ralph we have this really great spot, and we would go to several events, and I'm so glad that he decided to join the board, because he loved everything that the board and that the museum stood for. And I would just leave you with this one thing, and I know that he is just truly excited and delighted, and Lauren, Theo, and I are very proud to accept this award. And I would just read a little something that sums up Ralph as a person. Excellence is the result of caring more than others think is wise, risking more than others think is safe, dreaming more than others think is practical, and expecting more than others think is possible. So on behalf of Ralph's family, Loretta, Theo, and Lauren, we say thank you so much for this awesome award, and we love you.
Oh, we love you too. It's so good to see you. Thank you.
I'd like to say just a word, because I'm not even in Maryland. My name is Ruby Frazier, and I'm in Lansing, Michigan. And I attended your Strawberry Festival because of Ralph, who was my good friend. Mm-hmm. So I got to enjoy the museum. I'm the mother of Sydney, and also the kind of mother of Loretta. And And so I just wanted to say that he was a wonderful, wonderful person. And I'm so happy that I'm able to be here with you from Michigan to enjoy your meeting, which was awesome. And also for you to celebrate my friend Ralph.
Thank you. One of the good things about being on Zoom that you could join us.
Exactly.
Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren Portee. I'm Ralph's oldest child and his daughter. I just want to say thank you guys so much for honoring my dad. I feel his presence so strongly right now. I know he's here with all of us. It means so much to us that you are keeping his memory alive. We really appreciate you and the family that we've gained from this museum. My dad was definitely the museum was definitely a very important thing to him. He would always be like, oh, I got to go to my meetings. I got to do this for the board, for the museum. So you guys definitely meant a lot to him. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Thank you. We heard so much about you and Theo.
Hi, museum family. My name is Sydney Dreer, and that was my mother who spoke, who's in Michigan, and she has made many purchases at the museum and just loves it. And Larita is the sister I've never had, and Ralph was my brother. I mean, you know, this has been hard, and I'm really, Larita's saying right now, emotional control. The thing that I think I'm just the proudest of is that Ralph picked me to join this board, or to try to join this board. And those of you that know Ralph, know, I mean, I used to tell everybody, he's the nicest person that I know. And he's the nicest person. So, but he was also just very smart. He was a good businessman. And even now, you know, I'm like, oh, I would be calling Ralph right now to get some advice on whatever. So the fact that he looked at me and saw enough that he wanted to bring me into this family was just so much to me. And I'm so proud to see where you've gone. When I first joined, I think I was like one of the radical young folks, and we were redesigning the logo. And, you know, there was another guy, we were like, let's do this, let's do that. And I know, Brooke, you were looking at me like, who is this? But you guys have just really been, you know, our family. And when Ralph passed, you know, we have another sister. We have 3 sisters that we've created our own family. But Paula and I just said, you know, Rita, we've got this. And I called the museum and you guys came through and we had the most beautiful repast in COVID. That the sun came out and it was supposed to rain all day. And we all said, Ralph is here and he's shining on this museum that he loves so much. And he would love the plans and the direction. So thank you for honoring him and also for being and allowing me to still be in your family.
Thank you. Thank you. We miss all of you.
Just very briefly, Allison, before we move on, this is Tommy Vennessy from Atlanta, Georgia, and I come representing the Portee family. So you have the immediate family, but you also have his extended family. And Ralph was the president of our board and committee, and I now sit in his position and want to share with you the love that has already been shown for Ralph. He's always taught that we share our time, our talents, and our treasures, not only with our family, but with our community as well. So I definitely feel the love here. I thank you for allowing us to participate. And you just joined what we have every day or every week, you see, but now you have some additional members that'll be supporting the museum. So thank you.